Hey everyone, how you doing? Hello. I'm just testing out the new chat box, so if you guys notice any problems, let me know. I'm going to just be drawing a scene for my next episode of Interface, and that's about it. Got a lot of new subscribers from that last video, so welcome to everyone who's new. Um, my live streams aren't particularly that interesting. It's usually just me sitting here drawing or trying to draw, so well, thank you. If you, I mean, I use a lot of reference images, so if you watch my live stream, you'll see I kind of cheat a lot, which I guess is fine. It helps if you can't draw that well. Like for instance, I did this scene. Let me show you. And, so you can see here, I uh, I did a model of the living room I'm working on in SketchUp, and the reason why I did that is so that it helps me figure out the perspective of the room. Originally, it was supposed to be like a moving shot, like the camera was going to kind of like move. I can't really use SketchUp that well, but you get the idea, right? So that helps me figure out how to draw the things that don't exist yet. Otherwise, I use Google Images a lot, just kind of use that as a base. So in this shot, I have to draw. I'm not going to give away too much what's going to happen because I don't want you, like anyone who's been following the series, to have it ruined. But I have to draw a little kid sitting right next to this guy, and she runs over to the window. So you can see how that's going to go. I don't know if it's going to go very well, but we'll see. I might start by drawing like a stick figure and then have animate that and then have it like actually draw the character on top of it because it might help get the movement down first. So first thing I'm going to do is also the way I animate, you can change the colors of these layers after the fact. So to make things help stand out when I'm drawing them, I can just make it like a lighter color for now. Oops. So I could just like kind of draw a head there, you know. The body, it's like supposed to be like a really young kid, so well, where I would recommend starting, if you guys have gone to my website, you see that I do a lot of like painting. So you just got to start somewhere. Like what I would suggest is get a sketchbook, you know, and you can kind of just doodle things and draw different characters. I don't really have a background in animation. Like I used to do Lego animations a long time ago, and I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm kind of learning as I'm going. So I have a background in drawing, I'd say, but animating, you know, it's kind of rough still. But I guess some people like it that way. It kind of looks funny when things are drawn kind of in a bizarre way. This is Photoshop, by the way. And not too many people animate with Photoshop. It's Photoshop, yeah, but I also use After Effects and Premiere. But I do most of the animation in Photoshop. So yeah, so you can see I got the kid like there, right? And I guess what I'll do now is I'll draw the end frame where the kid is supposed to be over here. So now if you just take it one step at a time, I guess it makes things easier for me. Now all I have to do is draw the frames in between these two, right? So I'll put this over here for now. And turn on the onion skinning. Probably set this to screen. So now when I make a new layer, oops, it made it over there, I guess. See, it's kind of buggy. You're not really supposed to use Photoshop to animate. That's why I'm using this plugin. What's my favorite Kanye West album? I don't know. I kind of like Kanye West. I don't really know his songs that well, though, you know. Do I use a digital pen, pad, or mouse? I'm using a stylus. What do you call it? Tablet thing? Wacom tablet. Yeah, this is an old one. I bought it on, my girlfriend bought it on eBay for like used, like 4 years ago. So, am I white? I'm like half white, I guess. My mother's from India, so I'm kind of like tan. Alright, so now, alright, so I got like part of the animation there. I want this kid to like kind of like scooch down, so I'm just doing a rough outline for now. I have no idea if it's going to work, you know. It might look really bad, but oh, thanks.
Apple delivery.
Yeah. My friend wanted me to start drawing these animations, and I was really lazy and I didn't want to do it for like years. And he kind of like shamed me into doing it. So then I just drew the first one, which was Ronald McDonald driving on the highway.
And I shamed you.
Yeah. I guess it's better than, you know, I used to spend a lot of time just doing nothing, like on the internet, just either. So I'd rather draw animations now than, you know, it's a little bit more productive, I guess. But how long does the average animation take to make? I've been working on this one for about 3 weeks. So it depends though. Like the Thomas the Thermonuclear Bomb animation, that only took me like 3 or 4 days. But the one I'm working on right now, this one I've been working on for about 20 days or so. So it, and I only work on it like, I work on it like maybe a couple hours a day, you know? Some days I skip, you know, because it's too much. It's a lot of work. You don't want to burn yourself out. Okay. So now, did you ever see the Cloverfield Paradox? It has a Philadelphia Experiment type scene in it. No, I saw it, that it came out on Netflix. I didn't watch it though. So my face cam is done with a program called Adobe Character Animator. If you pay for Adobe Cloud or Creative Cloud, it comes as part of the Adobe Cloud, I guess, and you can just set it up. It took me a while to set it up, but it's kind of cool because it tracks my face and my mouth and my eyes too, actually, if I were to blink or close my eyes. I don't have that much experience with animation. I'm just kind of learning as I go. I have started a birdie animation, but I canceled it, so we'll see. What do I do for work? I'm a video editor, so I do editing for corporate videos, that kind of stuff, you know. I also shoot documentaries, but this is kind of what I've been doing now, part-time. Was the Thomas one your most popular one so far? That's the one I found you from. It's Reddit. Yeah, the Thomas Thermonuclear Bomb one kind of exploded. I've only had like a couple thousand subscribers, and then after I made that video, it blew up the channel a little bit. How long have you been on Photoshop? What's your drawing background? I have a degree from an art school. I went to art school a couple of years ago, and I've been using Photoshop since like version 5, like I was really young. But it's I don't really I'm not like advanced at Photoshop. I'd say just kind of like intermediate, you know. Oh, thank you, Cheeky Breaky. So I have a second channel. Some of you guys may not know. The other channel is called Stereochroma, and it's the one I've been working on with my girlfriend. It's where all the documentaries are. It's usually just like how stuff is made. If you were to type that in Google, you'd probably find it. So, and then this animation thing is kind of what I do on just by myself. How do you break into that career? Well, that's a good question because I was kind of forced into it since I couldn't find a job anywhere. I got laid off as a video editor, and then I took that time to kind of try to find freelance work, and I slowly worked my way up, and now I'm able to support myself. It's not much, you know, but I'm also living in Montreal, so the cost of living isn't very high over here. CRPG style, thanks for coming. Stereochroma spelled Sterekroma. Are you hoping your channel grows more? Yes. That'd be cool. I mean, it's already grown pretty fast, so if I feel like if I just keep doing what I'm doing, it's gonna keep growing even more. Do you FW Frank Ocean? I don't know what you mean. Frank is my dad.
Okay.
Sorry if I'm missing some of the chat here. It's going pretty fast. All right, so let's just look what I just did here. I have a kid kind of slide onto the floor. It doesn't look very good. And so, you know what? This thing is kind of throwing me off. I'm just going to delete this. Excuse me. It's really hard to animate and like have a live stream at the same time, so I don't do it too often because I really get distracted and I end up not getting much work done. But it's been a while since my last one, so I figured it was about time. Let's see here. Okay, so that's looking okay, I guess. I might tweak it later. Let's get another frame in here. You know, another thing is sometimes, well, in this particular case, complex animations, I do it at 2 frames, in 2 frame blocks rather than draw every single frame, because it not only does it end up looking more jankety when I draw every frame, but it's like easier to understand what's going on. So you can see I'll pull out the frames so that they're like 2 frames each. So now when I play it back, it's a little bit better. Here, I'll actually just type it in. I'll show you actually on the screen. So for those asking about the software for the puppet, it's called Adobe Character Animator. Okay, another thing. This is, that's how you spell it. Right there.
Uh-oh.
Stereochroma.
I already spelled it in the chat.
So if you just go to like the YouTube channel for it, which is right here, these are the documentaries I've been talking about. I do this kind of stuff as well. So these are not dank memes. They're just regular videos. But you might find them interesting. I don't know. What's the pink dude interface called? I don't know yet. I don't really have a name for him yet. I guess I'll figure out the name when I need to, but I'm not sure what his name is. Oh, and if in case anyone's wondering, Art Caroline is my girlfriend. She's over there laughing. So yes, that would be her, Carolina. My candy video went viral as a GIF on Reddit. Yeah, it tends to do that. Actually, a lot of times our documentaries get stolen as well and put on Facebook and stuff. I have to track them down. I'm not too worried about GIFs though. It's just when people put it on their own Facebook pages and stuff. That's when it's not the best. Okay. Okay, let's see here. So now, I'm not sure if this looks good or not. You know. Thank you, Cheeky Breaky. Face reveal umami, please. Maybe someday.
See that.
For now, you have to look at my pink face. Who voice acts in your animations? It's me, usually. With the exception of the third episode of Interface, I hired some guy who lives in the States. And if you check that video, and his name's Philip Hirsch. If you check the video in the description, you'll find out where to find him. The voice is for that episode 1 and 2 is actually my voice. I transformed it like digitally. I slowed it down and made it lower pitched and that kind of thing. The third episode though is someone else. If I did a face reveal, I would have to get a mask. What would probably happen is I would make a mask of this character, and then it wouldn't be you wouldn't be able to actually see what I look like. If you guys wanted to really find out, I'm sure you could find, just search on my website or whatever. But
Not supposed to help them.
okay, let's. So this happens a lot where I drag things all over the place. I got a reset button. Okay. Where'd you get the name from? I remember reading that it was like a 5th sense for like taste. You got salty and sweet and stuff, and someone came up with umami, which is kind of like meaty. I thought that was funny.
Hilarious.
Two-ball cane, the birds looked freaking good. Birds in slow motion? Are you referring to the McFellin video? Okay, let's just, I need to get this thing here. Okay, so far, the kid kind of falls on the ground there. And then maybe at this point, starts to stand up. Rotates, I guess. Oh, sorry. Did I rotoscope the birds? No, that one I didn't. I actually looked up just pictures of what like a bird looks like in motion. I didn't rotoscope it though. It took some time to do though. Like I looked up like how an owl flies, and then you kind of draw the frames, but I didn't trace over a video. What's my inspirations? I don't really know. I just kind of draw what's funny. In the case of this animation, that's not exactly funny. The Interface series is more kind of like serious. I just kind of wanted to draw something that would be kind of creepy and unique. I don't really know where it comes from. I just... Okay, so now you can see here, the kid kind of slurps off the table. or the couch. And then it's going to run to the window. But at this point, I think I might start drawing the actual character because this is enough of a guide, and then at this point, after that I can finish. So what I'll just do is call this layer like draft or whatever. And minimize it, and then set it to like very kind of almost invisible. Make a new layer on top of it. And this is the layer where I'm actually going to draw the character. Sometimes the animation of my pink face gets a little bit glitched, but so it looks like my mouth is open all the time. But it's not. Your art style is very inspirational to me. I drew a shotgun in your art style. Hey, that's cool. If you wanted to send it to me as well, just like I'd be interested in seeing it. That's kind of funny. Someone actually, I got to show you guys something else. Simple Planes. Someone did like a 3D model of Thomas the Thermonuclear Bomb, which I thought was hilarious. They got Gordon here. And then I think he did Thomas the Thermonuclear Bomb too. I'm not sure how to navigate this website. Maybe this. Yeah, right here. So I thought that was pretty funny. I don't know what is Simple Planes is, like a video game. I think it's a game actually. So if anyone has this game, you can like download him. It's pretty hilarious actually. I don't know. Yeah, it's funny. So there's that. I am pretty normal, I think. I'm a little introverted, so you know, doing these live streams is kind of it's a little bit like new territory for me, you know. Okay, so now I'm gonna draw the character, which is actually a little girl, and she's like maybe 6 or 7, and it's gonna probably look kind of rough at first, but let's see. Turn that layer off. Good, I'm doing that good. How are you doing? Simple Planes is a game where you can build any plane, you can imagine and test it, as far as I know. That's Simple Plane 1 though, I just had no idea. Yeah, I never played that, but that'd be pretty funny. I wonder what, I mean, I imagine it just kind of like drops out of the air because he's a bomb, but how much would you charge to make a music video? I'd actually, I mean, the thing is, I'm pretty busy all the time, and these animations take me like a month to do like 1 minute worth of animation, basically. So if you think about it that way, it would be like several $1,000s. Unfortunately, you know, it's just how it is. But if anyone were to have a budget of that size, I would consider it. Do you use one of those electronic pens or a pad or use a mouse? I'm using a Wacom tablet. but it's not like a fancy new one or anything. It's pretty old. Um, I'm sure you could find a used one on eBay pretty easily. Okay, so this layer right here is the outlines layer. And then the layer underneath is the one that I use to color. So some of the influences, I guess, if you're looking for what inspired me to make the series, is there's a few animations I like that I'm kind of drawing from, which is Ghost in the Shell, which you might have seen, which is like a Japanese animation. Otherwise, some of my influences on YouTube are, you can, like, I have a, here, I'll show you. YouTube. These right here are my influences. So, and they're just some of them influences. I mean, I have a lot of other influences, but these are like the main ones. So you guys probably recognize Red Pilot Sun, maybe Nitrome. Definitely David Firtho. I remember when his Salad Fingers videos came out like 4 or 5 years ago. I used to watch them all. So how did you come up with the idea to make Thomas the Thermonuclear Bomb? I don't really know. I just thought it was kind of a funny idea. I don't really know how. Okay. So as you can see here, I'm not really coloring the person. I'm just giving her light. Okay, next frame. Things get really messy. Any chance you're familiar with Shivi Humperdinck? Your material always reminds me of hymns. I haven't actually. Shiverly Humperdinck? I don't know who that is, but maybe I'll just kind of put it in a tab. And just look at it later. Do I have an end planned for interface? Yeah, I have an idea of what's going to happen, but I'm not exactly sure. I kind of do each episode planned after the other one, based on the previous episode. So it's probably not the best way to work, but it's kind of, that's what I've been doing for this anyway. Are you going to restock the Patreon reward tiers? I'm guessing you're referring to the drawings for like the $5 reward. I think I will actually, maybe after this live stream I might add like 5. The reason why I kind of limit them is because they take me actually like about an hour to do each, and it kind of slows me down from doing the animations. So I kind of just have like a limit on it, you know. Otherwise, I end up just drawing people's face all the time, you know. Okay. So her hands at this point would be kind of lower. Thank you, Solaire. What's the red in the back? Is it like a TV screen? This is actually a window right here, and the red is the light from the sun, which is maybe hard to see right now, but it will make more sense when you see the full animation because the lighting outside is a lot more dark. I mean, red. There's a TV actually just off screen over here. That's why he's green, because the TV is reflecting a green light. Why are you leading the rebellion of my lower class Ronald McDonald clones? They should know their place. And you're. Oh yeah, I actually did see your Ronald McDonald videos. I thought that was kind of funny. Turbo Tim, hey, thanks. Looking forward to seeing that. I'll check it out afterwards. Okay, so now I can draw the second frame here. So you can see how much, what has it been, like 20 minutes? And it's already like, I got 2 frames drawn. So it does take quite a long time. Obviously, I'm being distracted right now too. But actually, I did drawings yesterday. And some of what I drew had to be thrown out. It didn't look right. Okay, so frame 1, frame 2. I'm going to disable this. Oops. Frame 1, frame 2. Moving on to frame 3. Bring this back up so I can see where it's supposed to be. Also, I can turn the onion skinning on just to get an idea. How long does an episode take for interface? If I worked on it like 2 or 3 hours a day, it takes me about a month, or maybe just under a month. It depends really on the episode. Like sometimes they have a lot of animation in them. Sometimes they're like mostly just kind of still images that have been added flicker to and stuff. So it's hard to say. And each time I do an animation, I kind of like try to challenge myself to make it a little bit more complex. So I'm trying to keep them under a month, though. I don't want to like do more than like spend more than a month on an animation because I know how YouTube works, and it's like if you upload less than a month, it's not as likely that people will see it, unless you're like really popular, I guess. So I try to do one a month. Okay, so oh, I forgot to draw her belt or whatever. Okay, yeah. So 1, 2, 3. So you can see it's kind of like a rough animation. It's not really precise, but that's partially why I draw in the style. Because if I had to actually draw it like perfectly, I wouldn't be able to do it. It would take me way too long. And do you have a job outside of your art? Yes, I do. Just regular video editing for companies sometimes. I also do web design. Depends what people need. Okay, let's see here. Should probably save this before it like freezes. do I plan on doing another McDonald's animation? Um, I'm not sure actually. If I come up with a good idea, I might. But if I don't come up with a good idea, then that just might be it. My next like short kind of comedic animation might have something to do with Toy Story because I got a good idea. I might actually do that one after I draw the next episode of Interface, which is this episode right here. But I won't tell you anything about that because I don't want to ruin it. Okay, so now it's kind of like drawing this kid like she's sliding off of it because she's so small. Yeah. Thanks, Patrick. And thank you, Copious Jones. And everyone else. I might have missed a few people, just okay, let's see. Should probably turn this on. This is like really hard to see what I'm doing. Okay, there we go. Next, yeah, this is a frame where she'll be standing up. Well, thank you, Sincera April and Professor Swag. So, where are you guys from? Are you live in North America, or are you guys from around the world? That's kind of the idea, actually. Is I'd like to work on this interface series, but I know that if I just did that by itself, I wouldn't be able to bring in a wide audience. So I do the kind of like meme videos as well, and if people are interested, they'll find out about my other stuff. So. German, California, Florida, UK, United States. Cool. Alabama, America. Jeremony. You live in the worst state. Which state is that? Ukraine? I'm part Ukrainian. My grandfather was from Ukraine. How does that face tracker drawing work? Oh, it's Adobe Character Animator. So if you type that up in Google, you figure out how it works. It's pretty It's pretty new. It's still in beta, so it's kind of cool to be able to use it though. Ireland, eh? Greetings from Holland, Netherlands. All right, so now you can see the kid kind of slides off the couch, and excuse me. Somalia, Mississippi. There's a place in Mississippi called Somalia. That's interesting. I'm from Montreal, as some of you guys might know. Well, I'm not from Montreal. I'm from Halifax. I moved to Montreal. Oh, I see. I see. I see. Okay, not okay. Uganda. All right.
I'm helping.
All right. There we go. Kid turns. So it's. Let's see here. Good. Now I can work on my draft layer again.
Potato sliding off the couch.
Yeah. So let's see here. Let's put her head like right here. I didn't even know like you can move your arm back when you start running. So put her arm back. This is the part. This is so hard. I can't like draw people properly running. Should just make it a stick figure. That'd be easier. Yeah, my voice is like really dry right now.
Get some water.
Yeah, that's her. She's Art Carolina. Yeah. Okay. Next frame. I don't even, what the hell is that? Like, that's the worst.
Justin, don't be so negative.
Okay, that's not even a stick drawing. I don't know what that is. Just erase it. Somehow in the end it all works out. Yeah, there you go.
I think that's a cue that you can go get some water.
What is the best program for layered frame-by-frame animation, like the kind you're doing? I have no idea. what the best one is. All I know is I'm using Photoshop because it allows me to do this kind of pixelated drawing, and I can choose swatches here, so I have a consistency of my color palette, and I'm using a plugin called Animator's Toolbar Pro, which makes animating in Photoshop a lot easier. So those, for those reasons, I'd say Photoshop is one of the better ones, but I'm sure there might be some better programs. Um, I just don't really have the experience to say which is better or not. Yeah, I got a plate full of apples right here too, so if you hear me munching, that's the sound. Hopefully it doesn't sound too gross. Okay. Next frame.
Uh-oh.
Now, if you ever come to Montreal, maybe we could meet up. Okay. I hope this actually looks like she's going to be running, because I have a feeling it's going to look like she's just like flopping over there. But because the lighting is so dark, it may not matter too much. I don't even know. Okay. Okay, I'm going to turn this layer back down. I've seen videos from Seinfeld Pit Stain. I've seen those cool 3D world animations. I don't recognize those other names though. I think Super Sex shut down.
Yeah.
Come to Brazil? All right. Yeah. I like Seinfeld Pit Stain's animations. I think he just like he like stopped, didn't he? His last animation is called Creation or something, and it's kind of like he felt fed up with making more, I think. Is that the right person I'm talking about? I think.
Ooh.
Is the YouTube guy Seinfeld Pit Stain. Octopussy? Oh, okay. Okay, I don't know if you're talking about sex clubs or you're talking about YouTubers. So I don't know. It's just getting confused already.
I'm just talking about the strip club.
So, hey, Dead Trick, thank you. Yeah, I remember his channel was doing pretty well. Makes you wonder why they stopped. Maybe they get busy with work and stuff. A lot of people can't dedicate this much time to YouTube sort of things.
Yep.
Also, that guy Chef Boyardee, who made those what animations were they called? I'm forgetting the name now. Not so ball man. Hey, thank you. Oh, look at that! I got new subscribers. I didn't even notice.
Oh, check it out.
I'm looking down at the little bar. I just got all the stuff set up. How is umami pronounced? I don't know. I think it's pronounced umami. Well, that's how I pronounce it. Probably some Japanese guy's gonna be like, "That's completely wrong," but I don't know. The word is Japanese, so maybe someone else has a better idea. No, this is Photoshop, not MS Paint. There's some guy that makes a series called The Big Les Show, and apparently he does everything in MS Paint. And his artwork is like pretty detailed. I don't know how he does it because I think MS Paint's pretty basic. I don't know how much you can do. You can't do like frames in there, maybe? I don't know. I never really used it for animating. Okay. So at this point, her arm kind of swings back, and then this arm kind of goes forward because the way she's going to be running. I hope this looks right. Can't really see. You know what I should do? Let's make a new layer that makes things a little bit easier to see. There. Yeah, I've been surprised. Channel has grown pretty quickly in just a couple of months. The Thomas video brought in a lot of new people like crazy. It's still getting a lot of views. Like, because these frames happen so quickly, if it doesn't look quite right, it doesn't really matter because they're going to be, you won't really notice when they play next to each other real quick. What really matters is like kind of the first frame and the last frame, and maybe the middle frame, Okay. Yeah, I've seen some drawings in MS Paint that are like really kind of well done. I think what most people relate to when they see the MS Paint drawings is the pixelatedness, like the sharpness of the pixels. which I can kind of pretty much do in here. The only thing is I don't think it can do some things like with the Wacom tablet, if I press lightly, see how thin the circle is, or the drawing is, but if I press hard, it's really thick. I don't know if you can do that in MS Paint. So that's why I use Photoshop. It's just sometimes when I'm drawing things quickly, it kind of, it has a nice kind of organic look to it, you know? Have you seen the SpaceX flight? Ah, it's happening like right now, isn't it?
Yep.
I haven't seen it, but I guess I'll watch it. I guess it was a success, was it? Famicom Collective. I'm not sure what that is, but if you send me a link to it, I might be able to check it out later. Well, so is that the one where he's like launching a car into Mars, or is that just the joke? I don't understand. Like I like SpaceX, but I'm not quite sure. Like I saw the animation, and I was like, okay, so he's putting a Tesla Roadster in there or something, and then he just like launches it towards Mars. They landed 2 rockets at the same time. It was pretty epic. Oh yeah, I have to check that out later. It looks pretty neat. They launched the car. So what happens then? Does the car just like float? Does it like orbit, or is it just, or is it gonna like land on Mars? The car is from the Tesla company, and they're launching the car into Mars's orbit. Oh, that is so funny. I hope, like, in the future, aliens come by and they like check out Mars, and they're like, "What the hell were they thinking?" Some guy like, that's pretty funny. Heliocentric orbit, basically, in an orbit around the sun. That's interesting. Hey, Uncle Norm. Oh, Niali, or Nial? Scott? I guess you're talking about music-wise, is it? Um, I'm not familiar with them. Sweeneasy. Yeah, I've seen Sweeneasy's animations. Um, he actually subscribed to me, and then I checked out his channel. I didn't see him before. Most of these animations that I've seen before were Red Pilot Sun and a few others, but not necessarily animations either. Really, just kind of like surreal meme videos. So this one is really. Why is her head so big? Shrink that down a bit. I need Thomas at the nuclear bomb theme now. Just YouTube videos. Can't send links on this chat. Yeah. I'll check them out later. If you pay $2.50 and you get the song. I'm a new sub, but I love your videos, especially the McFarlane one. Well, thank you, Wattmate, and thank you everyone else. And you can on Twitch. Yeah, I don't know if there's like some sort of blocking thing going on YouTube, but even myself, when I post links, it doesn't work.
It's because it keeps people from spamming.
Yeah, is that what it is? Yeah. Okay, so now her leg is back, so it should be kind of like. And then this leg should be back, I think. Because she's kind of like running really quickly. It kind of gets bigger. It's kind of weird. Maybe shrink it down a bit. Can I do that? Oops. There we go. Looks better. Hey, thanks everyone. Sorry if I'm not responding to everyone. It's just my attention has been divided between drawing and this chat feed, which is kind of moving more quickly than I'm used to. Is she going to be a power athlete with huge thighs? I don't know. I mean, okay, let's draw more light here. What you're making now is going to be a new video. Yeah, it's going to be the next episode of the Interface series. And this is just one part of it. I've been working on many other parts for the past month. So this is what that is for. It's just one shot, and it is a complicated one because it involves running or walking or whatever. Do you believe in a God? I don't really have any beliefs for or against any of that stuff. It's just something I don't really think about too much about, you know. Sorry, I don't have really an answer for that. Hey, your McFeels poster just arrived. Does it look good? Because I haven't been able to, I don't know what they look like. It looks looking really nice. That's cool. Someone ordered a huge like canvas of Ronald McDonald, and I'd be curious to see how that looks on their wall. It's kind of funny. What is my best work, in my opinion? I have no idea. I kind of like the first McDribbin video just because it's so simple. But I don't really have a favorite. Just kind of. So at this point, our hand will be kind of out. Is the pink guy known as Mischief, and is he good? I kind of gave him a pseudonym as Mischief, just because I couldn't really think of a real name yet. I guess you can call him that. Is he good? I don't want to ruin anything, but I don't want any of my characters to be good or bad. They're kind of like in the middle, you know? So it's hard to see because I only have 3 episodes out now, but like maybe if I had like 10 or 12 episodes, you'd start to pick up the patterns of what the characters are like, and you might notice that they're not necessarily good or bad. They kind of have their own motivations, and it's kind of up to you to figure out whether or not you think they're good or bad. But surely pink clown snake demon exists to come down. Yes. Are you from Montreal? Yeah, I'm from Halifax in Nova Scotia. but I'm living in Montreal right now. I lived here for the past 4 or 5 years. That looks better. See how she kind of looks like she's running? Okay, next frame. Do you watch Raka Raka? I don't know what that is, so unfortunately I don't know what it is. But if you were to send me an email or something like that, I'd probably check it out. Hey Umami, I was wondering who or what inspired your art style? I get this question a lot, but I'd say my art style is kind of my own, but the pixelated aspect of it and the fact that some of it kind of looks rough was inspired by other YouTubers. So one of which is Red Pilot Sign. But if you were to go to my website, you'd see some paintings or whatever, and they're not pixelated. That's where you can kind of see the style. But it's not, I don't really know if it's a style, it's just the way I draw. Okay, so got a character here. Do you prefer McDonald's or Burger Czar? If you were to ask me 10 years ago, I'd probably say Burger King, but McDonald's kind of like cleaned up their act a lot, and their hamburgers are really good now and like clean. I don't know what it is with Burger King, but I had one like a couple months ago, and it was just like, it's like they haven't changed anything since the 90s, you know? Music reminds me of Lauren. Good stuff. Keep me. I actually like Lauren a lot, so that's pretty cool. Thanks. How do you break through those rat-like teeth? Not sure really. I have a 30-second animation called 1,000 Subscriber Special where you can see his teeth kind of wrap around the top of his head, and then they open up to like reveal his insides basically. So that might give you a better idea. Has anybody pooped in the shower and just pushed it down the drain with your toe? I believe that's called waffle stomping, isn't it? Or that's when you stomp it down with the bottom of your feet.
Still the same.
But has anyone done it though? No, I haven't done it myself. When I first saw McFeels, I questioned my existence. Almost, yeah. Well, I feel like, you know, Grimace is kind of like a person just like anyone else, and he has emotions. So when people see this animation, even though it's Grimace, even though it's McDonald's, you can kind of relate to him a little bit. It's just usually people aren't used to seeing Grimace in such a sad state. You kind of usually see him on TV.
Very deep.
Like selling hamburgers. But I haven't seen Grimace in like 10 years, to be honest with you. I mean, it's kind of like an old thing. They don't really use him anymore. Which I guess makes sense in the video, because he kind of looks washed up and like unpopular, and no one really cares about him anymore. And he sees the success in Ronald on TV. They still use Ronald. They don't use Grimace. You know? Ronald McDonald gets all the big endorsements. He has hospitals named after him. Will there be another episode of McDonald series? I'm not sure yet. If I think of a good idea, I will. Do you think a member from the Senate watched your Thomas the Thermonuclear Bomb? And is it why they thought they needed to build smaller nukes? And for that reason, you think? Is that what they're doing? Building smaller nukes? I don't know. Maybe they did see my animation. I thought that'd be pretty funny if they saw one of those videos. I'm sure some people might have seen it by accident. I'm sure it probably has no influence over anything. Maybe I just wanted to say your song Manhunter is intense. Great stuff. Love it. Thank you. That song is actually inspired by the movie Manhunter and the soundtrack. So if you were to look up the soundtrack for the movie Manhunter, there's a song on it that kind of sounds similar. I forget the name of it though. So if you're interested in that, you might be able to find something. Could be wrong, but judging by your music and artwork, I think you would thoroughly enjoy the 2017 album Mirror Reaper. Oh, thanks, Josh Woody. I will put this. I will look this up later. I'll check it out. Thank you. The game Battletoads, because of its futuristic styling and revolution. Battletoads.
I got Battletoads.
Battletoads, isn't that like an old?
Yeah, I have it.
I think we actually have Battletoads.
Actually, I think I gave it to Keith.
Okay, we might have given it up to one of my cousins. How the heck is one of your music files 100 megabytes? That might be a mistake on my part. Tell me which one it is and I can fix it.
You got new subs.
Where did you find that track and what's the name of it? And I'll look at it later and make sure I didn't export it with like 20 minutes of silence or something stupid like that. It's possible I might have done that by accident. Hex system unreleased. Okay, so it's the fourth one. I'll check that out after the stream and make sure it's. I'll fix it because it shouldn't be 100 megabytes. Maybe it's the WAV file. I guess I'll check it out later. I'll fix that for you. Just make a note of that too, so I don't forget.
You use sticky notes.
Yeah. Where are sticky notes?
The bottom of the screen.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't know how to use sticky notes. Okay. Okay, that will be enough to remind me. Oh shoot! My character. There. You got it as a WAV file, so I don't know. Yeah, it's just the. I'll fix it. It's the WAV file. It might just have too much silence or something weird at the end of it, or the bit depth might be too high or something. I'll check it out later. Yeah, I think it's just the nature of the WAV files. That could be it. I think that's why someone wanted. Someone requested that I upload them as FLAC files. Um, so I give people the option if they want the WAV file that's there. But usually I just use the MP3s, or in some cases, some people use the FLAC files. Do I like Truth or Dare, and were you ever backstabbed by someone? I can't say I have been. And do I like Truth or Dare? I haven't really played that game before, so I don't know.
What?
I know you almost saw my face, but I was caught at the last moment. It's because it tracks my actual webcam and it makes an animation based off of it. Yeah, rest in peace, face revealed. Well, you know, so okay, so let's check this out now. I can disable this layer and disable this. Oops, and it's looking all right. So, not bad. I'll probably go in there and fix things up a little bit afterwards. Thanks, Jacob. I appreciate that. What's the most interesting dream you remember having? I usually have a dream where I'm like running down the highway in slow motion and I'm like making really big jumps. I don't know if it's interesting, but it kind of like happens every couple years. I don't know what that means. You have seen my true form, which is usually pretty disheveled. I had a haircut, but you know, last month if you were to see me, it would have looked a lot worse. May I ask why so many artists on live streams like you won't play song requests? I mean, my songs are so good from the 60s, and you would love them. One of the reasons might just be because copyright stuff. Like if I were to live stream with music that's copyrighted, I might be able to. I might get like a like a strike against my channel. So so the only music that I really like to play is my own music because I know I won't be able to. I won't get a strike for it. Or in this case, I just kind of leave it silent so you guys can play your own music in the background. You know. I wish there was a better option for music, but it's kind of a thing that I have to do with the copyright. That's probably why a lot of people don't do it. What was the weird giant pink stadium thing in the inner city part 2 that we drive past? That's actually based off of a real place in Montreal, which is the, well, I'll type it in. It's the Olympic Stadium. I can't type, obviously. There we go. This thing right here. So this is in Montreal. It's basically a big arena. And yeah, that explains that. Hey, Bruce Jones. Hey, Phil. Yeah, no, I kind of get the same thing. Whenever you have to like punch stuff, it's like really slow motion. I once had a dream where I had to where I put my hand in my mouth, and all the teeth fell out. I don't know what that means either. I gotta get some water because I'm like drying up. I'll be right back. Okay. I am back. Okay, so now we got the kid almost at the window.
That's 3D followers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's kind of a weird dream, Bacon. It's yeah, I don't know.
Am I retarded?
I don't think you're retarded. I think most people have weird dreams like that. It's just you gotta kind of figure out what it means. Okay, what's going on here? This is wrong way. Okay, zoom in here. Umami, if you ever go to an Eastern European country saying Klupaya Zadnista, everyone will understand you and be your friend then. Is that Russian? I've been in Eastern Europe last year. Or last year I went to Poland. But what does that mean?
I don't know, but it kind of sounds like the first word means stupid.
Hey, Indians annoy me. Okay, let's see here. Next frame. Right leg forward. Oh, shoot. I should turn this layer back on so it makes it easier to see what I'm doing.
Stupid ass, that's what it means apparently.
Okay. If you go to Holland, just say "Ik wil kaas."
Where?
Holland. Translate that one.
Where does it say that?
Cheeky Briggy.
Yeah, I can't see that anymore.
It's like,
Rolled away.
it's which means I want cheese. Je fromage. Yes.
No, it doesn't. That's not what it means.
I cheese.
Here you go. That's how you say that properly.
I want cheese.
Some guy talking German all the time. No one knows what he's saying.
Okay, next frame. Oops. Hey, name unknown. Yeah, it's kind of a weird story. I read about that on Wikipedia a couple of years ago and thought it'd be interesting to incorporate.
Je fromage everything.
Cheeky Bricky speaking Dutch, not German.
Oh, yeah? Same thing.
Je fromage, everything. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
Where did Stalin go? I don't know. Maybe. I don't have a funny answer. Sorry. I got one of your McDriven posters, and it's going to be a great addition to my dorm room. Hey, well, thanks. Um, if you ever, I'm interested in seeing what they look like. If you put it up, just send me a picture if it's not too inconvenient. I'd like to see it. Um, do they call it Royale with cheese in Quebec? Um, okay. At this point in the animation, the character is so small, it doesn't really have to be perfect. Not that the other parts are perfect either, but even less so, I guess, with this stuff. Let's just preview this.
Kids fighting in German on your screen.
Oh, you can just send it to info@hexsystem.com or whatever. Or I think that's probably the best way. You don't have to if you don't want to. I'm just curious to see how they look because I was. It's hard to see what the print quality is without actually seeing what they look like. I'm hoping they look correct. Yeah, there you go, right there.
Oh, your bean can walk.
Yeah, so my character is now walking towards the window. It's actually, she's supposed to be like running, so maybe I'll like speed it up.
Yeah, she looks pretty chill walking.
She's kind of just like slowly walking. So I'll just shorten these frames down a bit.
Are you a boy, Justin?
I am a boy. I'm a real boy. Okay, let's see how this looks now. Yeah, she kind of looks like she's a little bit running quicker now. Maybe I'll shorten this one too. Thanks, Full Days. I'm happy you like that one. Am I a big boy? Yeah, I'm a big boy. Okay, so there's these frames now. Right, now I'll draw some more because you're not quite at the window yet. How long is a Chinese? How long does it usually take for you to do these? Usually, depends. Like the Thomas the Thermonuclear Bomb only took me, I'd say, 4 days. Interface episodes usually take a lot longer though. About 20 days. I only work on it like 3 or 4 hours. Well, at a time, or sometimes less, sometimes more. It depends on if I'm busy or not. Um, but you can see that I don't know how long the stream is, but it's taken me quite a long time just to animate this one little piece. I'm sure I could probably do it quicker if I focused, but I'm really bad at focusing, so. I think I'm getting close though to having this being finished. Well, not really. There's a few details I have to work on, but thanks, Upu Poo, Upu Poo, Upu Poo Poo Poo.
Your shit is good.
I will have to decline yes bacon, but thank you for the offer.
Thank you. Awkward.
Okay. Oops. I drew that on the wrong layer. It's fine. Fix it. Umeme, do you subtly suggest you're hated anarcho-communist because Thomas was blue and the mayor's flesh was red? Are you sponsored by propaganda news outlets? That is pretty close interpretation, but it's not what I intended. Though I'm sure a lot of things are going to show through unintentionally. What's the lowest dab you can do? I've never done a dab, and I will never do a dab on principle. Hey, Alexei. Thanks, Crimson. Thanks, Stallard. Yeah, the colors, I'm trying to limit myself to the colors, you know, just use them where they're needed. Okay, what else is there? Are my animations fueled by psychedelic substances? No. Coffee, maybe, that's about it. drink a lot of coffee. Hey, gentle Jinjit, how you doing? Can I have one question? Yeah, you can ask me anything. How do you feel about your animations being used in memes? I'm cool with it. I like it. I like seeing
Loves
them.
it.
I think it's hilarious when I find something someone created off of my animations. Not too crazy about meme compilations where they just like re-upload my videos. But if someone like takes it and changes it in a certain way, I love that stuff. I emailed you a picture of the poster. I think the quality is pretty good. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I'll check it out later. And yeah, I really appreciate that. I'm glad that they turned out good because it's hard to see. Would you admit to psychedelic use if it were true? Probably, yeah. I mean, I'm not like I'm gonna get in trouble or anything.
Well, I don't know. Your mom will phone you.
My mom might phone me if she's watching this, which I hope she isn't.
Justin, don't do that. You're an adult.
Yeah, she's you know. Capitalism or communism, which do you prefer? I'm gonna have to go with capitalism. I don't really have any experience with communism, but that's all I can really say about that for now. Who is the kid in the background? It's a yet to be revealed character for the Interface series, so I don't want to ruin it by giving away too much information. But you haven't seen this person yet, so. I don't think this character is going to have a voice, so there won't be any voice for this small kid. This next episode, actually, I don't think it's going to have any voices. It's just going to be pretty silent. It's just going to have music. That's it. Do you play Roblox? I don't play Roblox. I don't know. I'm not sure what that is. Is that like Lego? I don't want to get too much into politics on my channel because I don't want people to be like, divisive or whatever. But I definitely don't think he's as dumb as what most people are saying. I think just most people don't understand what his goals are and how he's going to accomplish them. How old are you and how long have you been animating, doing video production? How long have you been making music? Music I've been making for about 8 years, I guess, kind of on and off. I haven't really been doing it every day. I only do it like maybe once in a while when I'm bored. And my music has really not been popular for up until now when I started making these animations. So I've been doing video work for a long time though. I've been doing that much longer. Since I was a kid, really. I had like a handy cam, whatever. I always shoot videos with my friends or whatever. Who's in the background? Thanks. How much weed do you smoke? No problem, you guys. Sorry, the chat's going a little quickly for me. How much meth do you smoke weekly? I usually order my meth on pallet trucks, and I distribute it over the years because it's cheaper to buy in bulk. Yeah, you get to short circuit me with the deep questions. You shouldn't be asking someone who just drew Thomas the Tank Engine as a nuclear bomb philosophical questions. They're probably not going to be that great answers, you know. I never played Roblox, so I don't know. Well, maybe I suggest trying to animate my friend who he went shirtless, drew markers all over his chest, and had this Yeti face, like he was on all fours on the street.
Why?
You'd
It's like that bathroom guy.
nah.
Nah, no thanks, guys.
I had some weird ass dream. I was at work in the cafeteria. Some Vietnamese folks randomly shitting on the food, and I walked to my desk and only hear that my coworker had. Oh yes, I am munching on some apples. That is what I am munching on. So you must hear a lot of munch. No problem, Tony. Munch.
How big is your
Would I be? Would you be so dear to read out the following quote? Depends.
Yeah, really, eh? Not after this conversation.
What do you think? Cancer is way too rude to say. The worst illiterate is the political illiterate, he who doesn't hear, doesn't speak, nor participates in the political events. Actually, isn't that like the literal definition of the word idiot? Is someone who doesn't really pay attention to politics historically? I don't know. I don't know if I agree with this the phrase, but you guys are asking me too many serious questions here. You should ask me some more questions about memes because I can answer you more about that. Your videos remind me of old Flash games from the 2000s, and they're so visually pleasing and full of 3D context. Perspective on the video. Thank you, Catch Me Flatlining. Hopefully I won't catch you flatlining, but I appreciate your comments. I should probably take your cat to a vet to get that looked at. I'm a Canadian, so if you're hearing someone in the background, if that's my girlfriend back there, she's making a bunch of laughs. I don't know, you might be able to hear her. The mic's kind of like, she's on the other side of the room, so I don't know.
He is a Canadian, okay?
Yeah, that's correct. I think that's what I read, Gentle Gingy. Hide a dick somewhere.
No.
I do hide some stuff in my animations, but I'm not sure if I will hide a dick. Maybe in a future episode, but you know, kind of like Disney used to do back in the day. What's your favorite meme? I still love Peppy after all these years.
Pepe's the best.
I agree. Pepe is pretty good. What is my favorite meme though? What is the one that makes me laugh every time? Oh, jeez. It's actually, you know what my favorite meme is? It's that it's like that Japanese one, where that Japanese animation, and he's like killing someone. I forget what he says something. It's like he says it right before he like kills the guy, and it's I don't know. It's not very funny when I'm explaining it, but
yeah,
it's
hilarious.
fun.
Really good.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Is that a smiley face on paper on the coffee table? Hey, You got a good eye. I mean, I wonder who this could be. All right, I'm going to see if I can finish this animation here.
Yeah, they know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what it is. Nanny. Nanny? Oh, those ones make me laugh every time. I don't know. Uh-oh.
Oh my god, it's just political things.
Do you think we live in a class society where... Oh, I missed it.
That's gone.
It's gone. I'm sorry, I couldn't read it. It's too complicated for this live stream where I'm doing 3 different things at once.
He's eating an apple, guys, at the same time.
I like the memes with big monster and small warrior, and you could put something like masturbation under shadow. Are you a fan of classic rage face memes? Yeah, actually, when they first came out, I used to look for them a lot. The rage face ones, I thought they were pretty funny. But then they quickly devolved into not being funny. I can't really look at them anymore because they're not that. I mean, I think they got ruined. But they were originally. I thought they were funny. So in Interface, he takes control of the guy and he gets on the bus, right? Or am I tripping? I don't want to say. I want to leave it up for interpretation. But, I mean, you got to question why he would go in a meat bus in the first place. I know, yeah, this is... Hey, Gentle Jinjit, if you want to ask me those questions, you should send me an email, but I can't do it right now.
I don't have to answer anything, dude.
Okay. It's info@hexsystem.com.
Connect 4 memes.
Yeah. HEXSYSTEM.com. Hexsystem.com, not hacksystem.com. Yeah, if you send me an email there, I'll be able to respond to you. Just it's too you're being too heady right now. I can't do philosophical questions while I'm drawing. how do my dates go? I don't know. That's are you a black man or a white? Are you a white man or a black woman? I'm joking though. I saw your vanilla face, devil. It might have just been the camera, but I'm actually not that vanilla. I'm kind of like.
He's mocha flavored.
I'm like mocha flavored, you know.
Okay. I wonder how you ban people.
I'll have to figure that one out.
Want me to figure it out?
I got it.
Somebody needs to take a chill pill. Yeah. Show yourself out.
I don't know why that guy is requesting I have political opinions on an animation channel. I think too many people give away their political opinions when they're unwarranted. These days, especially.
Yeah, everything's gonna be about politics.
So, people can't just appreciate drawings without bringing politics into things.
Can't have fun with memes. Gotta discuss Trump everywhere. Fuck's sakes.
I mean, I don't think, here's the thing, like, I'm not even that politically correct. I'm actually pretty politically incorrect. I just don't want to alienate some of my viewers by really having a strong opinion either way. So, that's my answer. Of course, I do have opinions on things. I'm just probably not going to be sharing them with my viewers because it's really, there's no point. I'm not using my animations as a political platform. I'm just using them as drawings for my art. Thank you, Noah Abena. Am I familiar with $1 Million Extreme? I haven't really watched his videos. I remember he had like a show that got canceled or something that was on Adult Swim, and something to do. I don't really know why much about it other than that. That's all I know really. I haven't seen his videos, so I don't know much about him. $1 Million Extreme, that is. Wow. I actually silenced that guy. I don't think he left. He might still be here. I will, maybe unsilence him if he decides, Okay, so I got, let's see here, 2 frames. At this point, the character is kind of just standing, so.
Gremblo. What is the Gremblo mean?
I don't know what the Gremblo mean is.
He has no opinion because he doesn't know what it is.
Hold on. See you later, Cheeky Breeky. Ugh. Yeah. When I first learned about it, I think I read about it on Wikipedia. I was looking at those. Sometimes they link like other weird stories at the bottom of Wikipedia page, and I probably found it that way. This was a while ago, though, maybe a couple of years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. The Philadelphia experiment. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Sir Sprite. How would your life change if you won the lottery? I don't know. I'd probably buy a house, so I'm not spending all my money on rent. I really don't know. I'd buy a car too, because I don't have a car.
Buy some new clothes.
Buy some new clothes, maybe. I catch me flatlining. That's a very interesting question. Probably a transparent prism. That'd be more interesting. Yeah.
I'm so easily amused.
So, art style wise, if you look up Red Pilot Sun, he's one of my inspirations, I guess. On the sidebar of my channel, there's also a couple other channels there too. Okay. I've listened to some vaporwave tracks, not too much though. I find sometimes a lot of it is just kind of stuff slowed down. But there's a few good ones out there, I guess. I don't really know anyone particular musician that makes vaporwave though. I just kind of browse for it on YouTube. Did my skill improve over 4 months, or was Midriven animated on something else? No, it was actually because I hadn't really animated before when I drew McDriven. So it's really rough. and I've gotten a little bit better since then. But it's still kind of rough. I'd probably just rather deal with the one horse-sized duck than have 100 of them. I don't know how I'd deal with it though. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the duck would probably kill me. His beak would be very strong. Life on Mars by David Bowie. Yeah, it's alright. So I like David Bowie. He's okay.
Tempted to make more coffee.
I actually don't know who Sweet Tooth. I'm guessing that's supposed to say homicidal. Homicidal clown is homicidal.
Comical clown.
Homical. Okay, I gotta draw a couple more frames here.
Hey, you want more coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Okay, this kid kind of looks like.
Eat your apples.
It is synced with my voice, the animation. Sometimes it glitches out though, but it's pretty close. Okay, I don't want her eye to be doing that, so gotta fix this one. It doesn't look, it's not in the right spot. Do you like classic rock? If not, what do you prefer? Yeah, I listen to classic rock. I don't really have any preference though. I mean, I used to be into Metallica, I guess. I'm not too much into rock music to be honest with you, but I'd listen to it. I like the Tea Party. Smashing Pumpkins. I don't know if they're classic rock though. They're kind of more like grunge, aren't they? Sir Sprite. Yeah, I don't know. That video really kind of got caught up in the algorithm on Google, on YouTube. So I'm still getting a lot of views from it, like 40,000 every 48 hours. It's crazy. I went to an art university in Halifax called NASCAD University, which stands for Nova Scotia College of Art and Design University, I guess. And I took film production there. But I also learned I learned a bit about drawing and stuff as well, because since it's an art school, you have to take drawing courses and film history courses. So my background is mostly in video production, honestly, not really animation. But a lot of the stuff still carries over, like, you know, shots, composition, and lighting and that sort of thing. It's just, and I asked this question once to a YouTuber 3 years ago. Would you blow up the Eiffel Tower and be hunted down by officers? or slap the Pope in front of all Christians? It depends on which Pope it is, and I would probably rather slap the current Pope. So if you were to ask me that question in a different time period, the answer might change. Okay, so how do you feel about your sudden YouTube notoriety? Has it changed what you want to do going forward? I don't know if it has changed what I want to do because I don't really know what I want to do. I just kind of been doing things when I feel like doing them. So because my YouTube channel kind of blew up recently, I don't know, it's a hard question to answer. I don't really know. I'm still enjoying doing it, so I'm still going to be doing this. Once I stop enjoying it, I might slow down or I might stop. Who knows? But I don't know when that will be. Hey man, you've got such a distinct style. Thank you, Pixel Hydra. Appreciate that. May I ask why the Thomas the Tank Engine on the thumbnail is different from the video? Yeah, I don't really have a good answer for that. I just didn't want to like have the thumbnail kind of like reveal. I don't know really how to explain it. There's no good answer for that. I just didn't want it to be like the literal drawing of Thomas the Tank Engine as a nuclear bomb. I just wanted it to be a little bit off in the thumbnail. No real reason, I guess. Have you played VR Chat? No, I've seen lots of videos though. I haven't played it though. I don't have a VR system. Hey Marma, how you doing? Okay, so that took me a while to do, just that basic animation. Yeah. You can play VR Chat without VR? I didn't know. I haven't played it though, but it's free though, isn't it? I might be able to check it out sometime. The thing is, I don't know.
You're not chatty enough.
I'm not really chatty enough. Actually, just doing the stream is kind of outside of my comfort zone, so I feel like I would get really like flustered if I had to play VR Chat. What's your day job? I'm a video editor usually. Usually just work on corporate videos, or I do some web design. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm just adding some like kind of a flicker to the lighting so that the sky sitting next to her doesn't look so stiff. And some lighting flicker on the walls, because this green light is actually light coming from the television that is seen off screen. I'm surprised that you could hear that from there. Usually I do like 3 different frames of the flicker effect and just duplicate it, because that's enough to kind of make it not look like it's just repeating itself forever. My first experience with being threatened by Pac-Man, you managed to figure out part of my address, so I got the fuck out of that. Yeah, I don't know, that's weird. Yeah. Is the Cammy robot in Interface Episode 3 inspired by the robots from Ghost in the Shell? Yes, I'd say she is partially inspired by that robot. Though it's different, because she's not like she's got a brain in her head. It's something else. And the origin stories of her, which I haven't really wrote yet, are different. But it's very close.
Well, 3 people.
Have you ever considered making games? I think the unsettling nature and tone of your videos will translate really well into survival TV. You know what? It's something I would love to do. I just don't have the programming knowledge. So unfortunately, I can't really make the games for it. I mean, maybe I could do the artwork and I could hire someone, or I could partner with someone and do the artwork for it, and they can do the programming. That might be fun. I did make actually 1 game. So if you're interested in playing the 1 game I made, it's called, I'll show you, I'll type it in right now. I made this game, which is called Playing with Food. And you can get to it by going to stereochroma.itch.io, right up there in the address. It's a really simple game. It's just basically Breakout with meatballs and stuff. And this took me I took a Unity course, and that's how I learned how to do this. But I come to the realization that my skills aren't in programming. They're in other things.
Stop playing.
So, I don't know. If I were to partner up with someone, I'd love to make a video game. That'd be fun. Hey, thanks, Diark Lust. I appreciate that. Tell me from memory how many stripes are on the U.S. flag. I have no idea. I'd say over 10. I don't really know the answer.
Over 10.
I don't know the answer.
About 350. Yeah.
I don't know why they played that left that comment either. That was pretty funny. It looks good, but it looks.
Yeah, I can't be bothered. It takes about 5 minutes to play, but
Okay, so if I were to play this now. Yeah, okay, good. So I'll just take this. Delete this draft layer now. What program do you use for music? I've been using Logic Studio on my old laptop, and that's the only thing I use really. Okay. Which version of Logic Studio? I checked that out a while ago when you mentioned it, but wasn't sure which one. I've been using the most recent version, which is Logic Studio 10, I think, or X. I don't really use any plugins though. I just kind of use the base tools. Oh shoot, what did I just do? Thanks, Slay Goku. What kind of movies, TV shows, music are you into? Um, I have a playlist on my channel called Enjoyable Sounds. If you were to go there, you can find some music that I like. Um, Movies, I like Michael Mann films, films that were directed by him. TV shows, I guess. I like the past seasons of Better Call Saul. Hey, no problem, Tony. Hello, Zerazil. Welcome. Just a heads up on the SpaceX thing. They are currently hosting a live stream of the Tesla in orbit. I'm gonna have to check that out after this. I'm almost done. I think maybe it's like 10 more minutes and I'll be finished up here.
Yeah.
Because my voice is
I want to stream now.
drying up. Yeah. I like all his movies. I mean, I like even the new one he made, Black Hat. I felt that was an underrated movie. Better Call Saul is pretty good. Can't find a place to watch season 4 though. Or was it 3? Whichever the latest one is. Yeah, I don't know if the latest season's on Netflix. unfortunately. Though it should be soon. I think they're shooting another season right now, or they're finishing it up. Okay, you should put an Easter egg where Thomas or Ronald's looking out of a mouse hole gazing at you. There are a few Easter eggs, but I might leave the interface one kind of like in its own universe, separate from the McDonald's videos. All right, so this animation still needs some work. Feel like maybe at this point she can speed up a bit. Right here. Right here.
You know,
Thank you.
still eat your apples.
Do you like Denis Villeneuve? Yes, I do. I really like Denis Villeneuve's films.
Wow, 4 people.
What was it? Okay, so Arrival was really good. I thought that was good. I wasn't crazy about the ending of it though. Prisoners was an excellent movie. I love that. I want to watch that again. The new Blade Runner was. I thought it was good, but I had like problems. You know, I felt there were some problems with it story wise. I wasn't crazy about it. The visuals were amazing though. I feel he's probably one of the most interesting directors currently right now. Yeah, so I do enjoy his movies. Yes, I do make the music. Yeah. And for this episode, there's going to be a completely new track too. I hope my videos are kind of creepy. That's kind of what I'm going for. Oh, that's a little too fast. Should undo that. There we go. See how she kind of like slips out real quick? Yeah.
Wow. That's a burnt down McDonald's.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so right now when she turns, she's also moving too slowly. And she's also got a hole in her stomach. You can see that I didn't quite draw the layers properly. So like right here,
Gastric bypass.
I should add some. So that should, yeah. Like there shouldn't be a, yeah, there you go. This can be tightened up a bit. Maybe it's a little too fast now.
Think our internet can handle 2 streams?
No, I wouldn't. Maybe. You can try it. I'm going to be done though soon, so.
Should cost a lot.
Where do I want to learn how to make spicy MIDI files? Musically illiterate. I'm also musically illiterate. Like I don't really know how to read sheet music. So, and I don't know too much about chords and that sort of thing either. I've been kind of just slowly doing it instinctively. What I would suggest is just kind of start slowly, make a few tracks, and you know, just keep doing it. That's the way I started. Till it gets to a point where you start liking what you do, and then you can release it. You know, if I were to do things over, I feel like my first album's kind of rough. I would like to remove it, but you know, at this point, it's been up for so long. There's no point.
People buying, what's the point?
Yeah. I don't really know what inspired me to make the McTrilogy, other than I kind of wanted to draw the characters from McDonald's, but I had no idea what they would do in each animation. Okay, I feel like at a certain point, she can like slow down. How many separate universes are there? I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. It's too deep for me.
He's tired. You can't ask him these questions.
Can I buy an original print of yours? Are you referring to the animations or like the artwork? Like the paintings and stuff? Because I have some prints of these animations on my Redbubble channel. I haven't really made prints of my paintings though. My theory is Marvel's trying to escape. It's not a bad theory. It's it makes sense. Hey, Roberto, artwork. Send me an email, and I will see what I can do for the prints. I can definitely put one up if that's what you're interested in, because I haven't been putting them up on to make prints because no one has really been buying them. People used to buy my original artworks themselves. I have a couple people who buy them, but yes. So send me an email at info@hexsystem.com, and I will, if you have a request for something you'd like to see in a print, like if that's my paintings or something, and I'll put it up. I'll put it up for you. And you know, are you going to bring back the digital portrait tier on your Patreon? Yeah, I will. Actually, after this stream, I'll add a couple slots. It's just I don't want to do like I can't I limit it because I can't do too much of them. They take me a while to do. So just send me an email. Tell me which one you're interested in, and we can negotiate a price. It depends on where you live for the shipping and stuff. If you'd like to have an original, a lot of them have already sold, so there's only a few left. But yeah, I'll be able to tell you the price over email. Thanks, Cool Fool. All right, guys, I think I'm done for today. I did way more talking than I usually do, so I'm pretty drained. I'm kind of like an introvert, like I said before. Thank you for sticking around and watching my live stream, though. And yeah, so I'll be checking out my email. If you guys have anything you want me to answer, just email me and info@hexsystem.com.
I'm going live.
And I will add some raw tiers to the Patreon, so some people can get that slot if they like it. I'll do it right now, actually. All right, guys. See you later.